Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Ollie Harvey, who did his finals with Harvey.
Well, I must say, I think Ollie's half the man that we knew.
He's definitely half the man that we knew. I mean, more than half. I mean, on a basis of half or a quarter, how much weight have you lost?
It's over 4 stone.
4 stone.
Over 4 stone, and that was a stone a month for 4 months.
If you lost 4 stone, what was you, 14 stone before?
No, I was well over 15, probably 15 and a half.
Yeah.
Then,
what are you now?
I fluctuate between like 11.2 and 11.8.
Do you take food in or do you eat on the street?
No, I never eat on the street. Sometimes just have 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes have breakfast and dinner.
So this is really quite important for us as cab drivers. You know, we've got to be conscious of our health, and there is a lot of students that I've seen that kind of have wishful thinking and procrastinate about the fact that when they pass out, it's going to change. And it's kind of the smoking syndrome, isn't it? I'm going to give up smoking at Christmas. When really and truly, for me, and I am quite like this, when the idea crosses my mind, like the drinking, it's there and then. It's not, there's no start date. And when you want to lose weight, it's there and then. There should be no, and when you want to go to the gym, so many of the students say, I'm going to go to the gym when I've finished the knowledge and whatever. In actual fact, you get some really positive thought process if you start going to the gym while you're on the knowledge and you program yourself to be more disciplined.
Yesterday, I had 1 meal all day, and that's because I thought I better eat here because we're going out. And if I don't eat now, I'm not going to eat for another 6-7 hours. So I had there's a roast chicken, just small roast chicken, put in the air fryer, bit of salt on it, cooked it in beef dripping, and just had a roast chicken. And
so no, you're just the fats, no sauces, no other thing at all.
And that's only recently I've started having fish and chicken. But I was, for the first 9 months, just red meat, beef, steaks, like lamb, and just the highest fat. The more fat you have, the better. If you don't have fat, you lose loads of weight quick, which is I think what happened. I was draining fat off of food, but you don't feel good. Your body needs the fat for energy. Yeah. And when you realise like fat doesn't make you fat, sugar does.
Well, if you're taking carbs, you've got to exercise because carbs are fuel.
Yeah. So I haven't had, like, I'm not a health expert at all, but I haven't had any carbs since May last year. None.
Wow. Well, are you going to carry on with that?
Yeah, definitely.
What about the IBS since you've been doing
nothing.
that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, cured completely. So I've gone from Imodium 4 or 5 tablets a day, every day without fail. In the last year, I've took 1 tablet. I woke up, I weren't feeling too clever because if you're on a lot of meat, the first 2 months you can be a bit risky, you know, like you can imagine. And I woke up and on one of the apps, there was a pre-booked job and it was going up to Ipswich. And I went, yep. And I thought, I don't feel too clever here. And I see how much it was going to pay. I've done the maths. I thought, I better take a tablet just in case. If it weren't for that day,
you might not have even needed to take it.
I put it in, but just in case. And that was just probably like PTSD from the last year or so of driving a cab, struggling. But yeah, it's IBS cured, and I was in bits every day, and I've cured it. Well, I haven't cured it; just the diet's cured it.
So you don't eat a cake?
No
Sugars?
No.
Alcohol?
I didn't have anything for about 9 months, and then I couldn't do beer anyway. I was struggling with beers because of the gluten and stuff. But I'll have like the odd occasional little whiskey. I don't mind a whiskey. So I had a coffee. I really fancied a coffee about 3 months ago, and that f***ed me up for about a week. Decaf coffee, black decaf, like half a spoon a week. I didn't go in the cab. I couldn't leave the house.
There's a secret about the decaf I read just the other day.
Really, yes. And I won't touch it anyway now.
There's a poison that they're allowed to use that you're not allowed to use on anything else, but they can use and to make decaffeinated coffee that they still use to put in decaf, but they won't let you use it or touch it on anything else. I was reading about it yesterday.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
That's turned me off that now. I've got a jar of that indoors.
Don't do it. It was really quite scary. They said that they explained the poison and what it does and how it's banned on all these usages, and somehow there's a loophole that allows them to use it to make decaffeinated coffee, and yet it's deadly.
Just save it for the in-laws when they're around.
Well, my mother-in-law drinks it. She's not 90, I think.
I started drinking it because I liked the taste of coffee and I liked to sit up late and work, but I didn't want to have the effect of kind of being caffeined up. But I found it gave me headaches and stuff, and I thought, this is a little bit weird. You know, it's just a decaffeinated coffee. I shouldn't feel uncomfortable really with it. So I kind of replaced that with tea. I think tea in general, I know it's one of them Trivial Pursuit questions. There's more caffeine in tea than there is in coffee, but that would be gram for gram. A gram of coffee and a gram of tea, the tea would have more caffeine, but you don't use that amount when you make a cup of tea. So in a cup of tea and a cup of coffee, there's more caffeine in a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So I like a little cup of tea now more often, I think.
Sugar is the most addictive substance on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
They've tested it on mice, and they actually got mice addicted to cocaine and sugar. No, seriously, I'll have to find a study. If I find it, I'll send it to you. And then they got them into like a state of withdrawal, put them in a cage, and they all went for the sugar over the cocaine.
That would be the fastest fat mouse in the world, wouldn't it? And then how do we ever turn all that into where you are now with this channel? Where did the idea come from?
Well, I'll be honest, I'll just get home from work and I don't really watch telly. So we'd put on YouTube and we just watch some good stuff and some absolute donuts. And you're quite funny, you know, sometimes some of the people we watch are funny for no reason. I thought, I could do that, you know. I said I could do the knowledge and I gave it a go and done it. And I thought, let's try YouTube. And obviously Tom the taxi driver was the first, I believe was the first doing YouTube.
No, he's way...
Yeah, and
he's the first successful.
Yeah.
Really?
There was others. And I know his point of view videos all got pulled, or he had to pull them at one time. So I was a bit worried about that. I thought, right, if I do it and I'm seeing what other people are doing, I'm not doing any harm. Who's to say my videos are filmed in the cab? They could be filmed in my car. My car's got a black bonnet. Who knows? But yeah, I'll try and blur faces. So whether that is the customer getting on board or not, that's for the viewer to decide.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to keep it as, just make sure my videos don't get letters that other YouTubers have had.
You know what the letters come for.
Yeah, it's due to data and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not having a TFL approved camera.
Yeah.
Dash cam.
Yeah. Thankfully, I don't always film in the cab.
There's something in your eye, isn't there?
It is a bit, ruthless of TFL. I discovered your channel by accident because obviously it probably come up on my feed because it's cab related. I generally have a low attention span and don't really watch them.
Yeah.
And I have to confess, I don't watch all of your videos.
That's fine, yeah.
But I did watch it and I thought, this is really good. I really liked it.
I do. I think it's really good.
Yeah, the monotone, it's very therapeutic. I will criticise your lack of pronunciation being too cockney.
But they're great for anyone doing the knowledge as well, aren't they? To see to see it.
Yeah.
You get 1,000 views a day, don't you? In a day.
Yeah, within probably 24 hours.
I would think anyone doing the knowledge would want. They would want to know what it's like. They would want to see, and they're going to see routes, and they're going to see cabby routes as opposed to knowledge routes. And they like U-turns or anything like that, which they don't do.
Yeah, the amount of things I've learned since being out. I've done something on a YouTube video, and a cab driver's gone, "Why haven't you done that?" And I've gone, "I don't really know why I didn't." That's because it's weren't in my vocabulary, you know. On the knowledge, you go and do this. You don't think of spinning round and doing a U-turn.
Well, that goes always. Always round. So you'll end up doing something, and someone else would look on that. Maybe even that cabby would go,
We've all got strings that are clever to our bow, and we've all got weaknesses.
Have you ever done so many U-turns since you've been out?
I'm a scooter getting lost.
I don't stop doing them. When you talk about that turning circle and that, I'd be lost.
So now you're well up for the turning circle, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm all day long. I just U-turn. If there's no left turn, you do a right and do a U-turn. That sort of principle, isn't it? You're doing it all day long. Yeah. I know I might know there's no right turn coming up there. I think there's no right turn. What am I going to do? Have a look. So in other words, from the other direction, I'm looking from the other direction. I'm going, I'll go over, U-turn, do a left.
But the quickest way is to do what you said. So if it's not to go over the lights and do a U-turn, because you'll be coming back at the green light that's green as you're going to cross will be red as you sit there. But if you go left and then do a U-turn, you're going to be at the changing to green to go on.
Yeah, I do it a lot. I never like that. But I do like what you do, and I do think it's good for everyone to see London cabbies anyway, but for anyone doing the knowledge, anyone thinking of doing the knowledge, what's it like to be out? Watch Ollie, because then you're going to see what it's like to be out. Some people work on targets money, some work on hours, don't they?
Yes, Generally, we do them all, don't we? What are you?
What
are you? Target your hours.
I don't care until I'm older, and I come out until and whenever I've had enough or whatever. Yeah, it don't matter to me. I don't have no big mortgage. I don't have a mortgage anymore or anything like that. So what do I care?
Yeah, see, I've got a mortgage, got a little one at home. So I've got although I'd genuinely say anything east after 9 o'clock, I'm going home. Yeah. Otherwise, the next hand, you know, you're going to Putney, and it's a long drive home from there.
Oh, it's a night. Have you done the old classic of like driving home? You kind of, I mean, I lived in Mile End. You get to Mile End Road, and you think, well, they're on the right side of the road. They could be going Stratford or something. I'll do a last tenner, and they jump in and they say Chiswick, and you think, are you joking?
Yeah. Loads of time I say it. If I don't go now, I say I'm at Borough Market. If I don't go now, the next one's Portobello Road.
I did Regent Street the other day. I thought anything east now, I could go home. You know that you're feeling it. And two women run over the lights, jump in quick. The lights are going to change. Doors shut. Wimbledon, of course.
Yeah. Did you come home from Wimbledon?
Yeah, empty all the way.
Yeah.
I put an app on, didn't get nothing.
So sometimes the apps work for you, and sometimes they don't they?
Yeah. I'd say it depends on the time of day. Like if you get a job north to like Highgate, Hampstead, 7 out of 10 you'll get that job coming back in the early evening. There's always someone trying to get to a bar in Mayfair. You'll get a job back in somewhere like that. But yeah, later on in the evenings, you don't. They're not always the best. They're just going further and further away, if anything.
You do look amazing. I mean, really, you have to be well pleased with that.
No,
I wasn't 100% sure it was him when I first seen the video. I first watched it. I went, it looks like him.
You weren't having marriage troubles, were you? And your old lady said, like, I'm going to leave you, you fat git. This is no good.
No, just a positive effect to the diet. Yeah, it's impossible not to lose weight if you eat enough. Like, I mean, there's no calorie counting. I'll eat as much meat, like red meat, as I can, as much salt on it.
What about the bad breath?
Nothing. Yeah, because you got nothing rot in your teeth. As long as you know how to brush your teeth as an adult, you should do. Yeah, it's fine. I only drink water now, really, water or fizzy water.
Yeah, I like sparkling water.
Yeah,
I drink the sparkling water to kind of replace the effect of the beer.
Yeah, sparkling water is the one all day.
I had a party the other day, and I thought it was absurd and ridiculous. Alcohol-free gin. And literally, right, I took the bottle of one of them that was supposed to be an ordinary white gin. Another one was a kind of flavoured gin. And I took a big swig of it, and it was pure water with a tinge of lime. That's what it tasted like. So it was like, that is just an absurd thing. But the other one kind of had the effect of a taste of a gin. It was unusual. And if you put tonic water with it, if that with tonic, you would have no idea that you was not drinking a gin and tonic. But there's no alcohol in it. And funny enough, I've always thought I was allergic to alcohol because it makes me sneeze.
Yeah.
And I get very blocked up. But I got just as blocked up on the non-alcohol stuff as I did normally. Yeah, so
there might be something in it.
There is generally, I think, tannins in wines. So red wine's got tannins in it. Apparently, they're allergens. And the thing about wines, which is funny, is that they don't have to tell you what's in them.
Okay. Yeah.
On a bottle of wine, they do not have by law to tell you the ingredients of the wine because it's, I suppose, it's like the secret sauce recipe.
Yeah, trademark.
Yeah. So they're not telling you what's in it, but yet what's in it could be peanuts. And you could kill a person with a peanut allergy. I don't know.
Well, don't they use like lactose in rosé? So they don't tell you that, but I think there's lactose. So if you're lactose intolerant, you drink a bottle of rosé, it could be game over. Yeah.
What, you'd be dead?
Well,
die of lactose poisoning.
The cleaner in the cars, he might be dead.
Where's the channel go from there? You get more of the same? Do you vary it up? Or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to look at different things. It was when I first started it. It's so far out of my comfort zone. It's something I've never done before.
You look like a pro.
Yeah, and I can't tell you the awkward feeling. I uploaded it. I didn't tell the missus. She said, what's this cab driver thing? I was like, oh no. I said, that's the one I've done. She said, oh, let's watch it. And I was like, nah, I can't watch it.
Yeah, we should do some interconnected things because we like to do the things that go out for dinner. We want Dave and Dean does dinner.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, fish and chips, cod and chips we go.
Yeah, no, wherever we go, Ollie will be like, I can't eat that. I can't eat that.
Turkish, Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish, you have a bit of lamb shish. You eat lamb?
I eat lamb, but they'll put all stuff in it. They marinate it in yogurts.
You're an headache, you are, Ollie. Jesus Christ, you're like the world's worst nightmare.
Remember when we went out to, what's it, the Star? Was it the Star? Couldn't eat nothing. I was just sitting there with a lager.
So you just eat raw meat or something?
Or cooked meat.
You can cook it as well?
Yeah.
Agreed.
You don't have to, but you can do.
How well done do you have your steak?
It depends. Generally medium rare, not more, or not more cooked than that. Yeah, as long as the juices are warm. I don't like dinner. I don't want to cold.
No,
so
but this mince and salt idea is confusing me. You literally have some mince meat cooked
I'll get
through
a packet of beef mince
and put some salt in it.
Normally I'll get a packet of beef mince, make all meatballs, add sea salt, cook it in the air fryer, pour it out with all the fat, and just
What, don't eat the fat?
Yeah, eat the fat. Yeah.
Oh, I pour it out with all the fat. In the air fryer. Why don't you just fry it in a frying pan?
It goes everywhere. Yeah, when I first started to diet, I was cooking steaks every day. You can imagine the grease was dripping off the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
I took weeks to clean, so I said, right, the air fryer for most things, because it all stays in there. And then, I used a frying pan for just a couple of
So air fryer doesn't do a steak that good, surely?
It's not bad. It's not brilliant. You don't get, like, the char in and that, but you cooks it okay. But it's, there's pros and cons. You're going to spend continuously cleaning grease off everything.
I got an electric cooker in my garden. Whenever I cook curries and steaks, I go out to the garden and then, because you want to whack it up the heat when it really needs to be hot. And then you cook the steaks and it does just spit everywhere. So, and the wife goes bananas in the kitchen.
Yeah. And gym work? You doing gym work or not?
Well, I weren't originally. Lately, I've just been going out for long walks. So trying to do like an hour a day, just going out for a walk, or if it's really dead in town, park up on a restaurant, go for a 20-30 minute walk. Yeah, just no. I don't go to the gym, but just trying to make sure you're walking at least. You need to get your blood moving. There's nothing worse.
It's good if you've got a discipline to use that. Most people just try and keep going and eat on the hoof, don't they?
Yeah. See, I don't stop for lunch ever. Since I've had my licence, never stopped for lunch. But it's dead sometimes. You're driving around for hours and hours, and it happens sometimes. Drive around for 2 hours, nothing. I just got to Russell Square. Nope, that's it. Leave the cab. You come back and you get in and someone's tapping on your window. You're thinking, where was you 2 hours ago?
Yeah, you get the dead spots.
I've had it a few times, especially on the Russell Square rank in the evening. You go for a walk, come back, and there's people looking at your cab. You're like, right on in there.
You got a nice chair?
I have in Paul's cab. Yeah, now I'm in one of Paul's cabs. I've got a leather seat. That's lovely. Yeah, he's Paul's got leather steering wheel, leather seat. Yeah.
Oh, he's got the extras.
Leather seat. You're not chewing on it, are you? So where are you going to go with it? What can you do next? What can everyone expect to see from Ollie on there?
You know what? I don't really know. So I've been thinking about it. I think the point of view videos are brilliant for knowledge students.
Yeah.
If you're a knowledge student, even though we're doing things that might be illegal to call on an appearance, but it's good for you to see the roads and points.
Yeah. Are you sure? You can't just be a knowledge audience. That's too big for a knowledge audience.
I was just going to say that. So a couple of weeks ago, Tom, on his YouTube, he done a poll of his, and he's got a lot more subs than me, loads more. And 92% of his viewers had nothing to do with the cab trade. 92%. So if you want to do a video for more views, you've almost got to prioritise the non-knowledge students. But then the knowledge students are the ones that are enjoying the videos and it's benefiting. So there's got to be a balance, and just trying to find what works and what don't without copying anybody else's ideas. Because I could quite easily do a little clip of every road I use, a nice voice over, talk about it, because like Tom's videos are incredible. But if I do something similar, I'm copying. I don't want to copy, so I've got to make sure I'm doing something that's.
I don't think you would be copying. You're going to be always adding your own spin to it. So
there is a balance, but the last thing I want to do is copy what somebody else has done, because you're not original.
Don't watch it anyway. Don't watch anybody's videos, and then you're not copying. That's what I do. I don't watch anybody's videos. We just do what we're doing, and hopefully. I
hope you ain't copying no one.
Yeah.
But you could do this. There's so much in London for people to see, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm not really too interested in listening to a podcast. I like to see the visual people talking.
Yeah.
But it would be good to see, and I like some of the ones that are about London when they pull up and say, did you know about this? But for a lot of them, for me, this is the difference between your one, actually. This is your unique selling point to me, is that they're all a little bit too vibrant. I don't like the buoyancy, vibrancy, upmarket Americanization and the standardized intros. And it's like your ones, there's a monotony to your and a tone that I find draws me in. I like to listen, and that's more my thing. And you may have a niche in that aspect.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, so don't Americanize it.
It's like calling it downtown London.
It used to be down Rovrive, wasn't it? Downtown.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, Rovrive Street. It was not Rovrive Street. It was off of Rovrive Street, Odessa Street. It was in
donkeys years ago.
Yeah, you must have been there then as a place.
I was, yeah.
Ollie wouldn't even know it as a point.
No, it's a church there, though, isn't there? Is it Finnish church?
The Finnish church, yeah. There's the Finnish and the Swedish.
Swedish, yeah.
And the Wibbly Wobbly, that was. Remember the Wibbly Wobbly?
Wibbly Wobbly. The Wibbly Wobbly restaurant in Rope Street. In the dock.
It was on a boat, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the dock. In which dock?
The Wibbly Wobbly when you had a drink.
Yeah. Is that gone as well now?
I think so, yeah. I ain't heard of the Wibbly Wobbly in years.
There used to be a restaurant as well that was only open once a week that was in one of the council flats of
the down floor. Yeah. And it used to sell Creole food.
Okay.
French Creole from like New Orleans and that sort of thing. But that disappeared.
Did you remember a pub called Fidgets around there?
No, I don't remember Fidgets. Fidgets with midgets.
I used to drink in there in 1981, 82. And on a Friday, we used to finish at 1 o'clock. We used to go in there on Friday, and I was the apprentice then. Still fabricated, Boilermaker Welder, still fabrications. And every time we went in there, they had strippers in there, and the stripper always played up to me. And I was so embarrassed. I was mortified. I really was mortified. I was 16, and I was mortified. And I never found out for 2 years that the guys was having a 10-bob whip and
paying actually does.
He's the youngster. I used to have the biggest red face, red head.
And you thought, wonder why she likes me.
I was going, what
yes, she was like, did you ask her out? Can I be your boyfriend?
No, I couldn't even speak. I think I was stammering.
Which street was Fidgets in? It weren't in Albion Street.
I'll have to look now and see where it's at. The building's still there.
I've never heard of Fidgets. But when I lived in Albion, I lived in Albion Street in '94, and I lived in Edward Square in '96. So my house in Edward Square was the Thames side house, and there was one morning I get up and I look out the window, I'm looking at the Thames, and there's a police boat in the middle of the Thames, and he's kind of he's motoring against the current to stay still. One of them's leaning over, and they're dragging something out, and I said to my wife, "Quick!" And they were dragging out a body, and they're pulling this body into the boat. I thought, wow, they just dragged out a body, and then they pick it up and they throw it back in. It's a training body, isn't it? It's like, I just thrown it back in. They didn't want that one. And then they pick it up again. So they practice how to get a body into the boat.
A
wet body. Where's your background, Ollie? Where are you from?
Dagenham. Yeah, so I grew up in Dagenham and then left home, moved to Romford.
He's born in the Narm. It would have been probably a lovely place to live when it was literally the Ford houses. And
it was, yeah.
But when I was a kid, so I used to go, I still skate at Elm Park, Romford Skate Park. Elm Park. So I still go there. But when I was a kid going there, I used to think everybody who lived in Elm Park and around those areas were millionaires. They had driveways.
The houses are pretty big. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the council estate here in Burdett Road. And to see a house that had a driveway, I used to think, wow, these people just got millions of money.
I can't remember.
Dave, I'm so disappointed.
It was round there, Elgar Street, Odessa Street, something like that.
Elgar.
But I was so young. I wasn't even driving then.
St Mary Church Street. When is St Mary Church Street?
I'll find it. You stick it up there when I find it. I'll tell you who remember. My brother, when I get hold of him, he'll remember.
Okay, Fidgets. Yeah, he's probably paying like, you owe me money, Dave, he'll say, on all them days. Must have been only 10 bob though, Dave, for...
Yeah. I think we might have only had a £1 whip or £2 whip. I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah, it might have been a couple of quid, £3 whip. Might have been about 50p, I don't know.
50p a pint.
50, 60p a pint.
It would have been. Yeah.
In the pub, so at that age. Obviously, I weren't drinking.
Well, you weren't drinking? You could drink in a pub. There's one.
You're not supposed to drink at 16, was you? We was all drinking.
You could drink at 16 in a pub.
Why?
It's legal to drink in a pub. It was then legal to drink in a pub at 16 as long as you was with an adult. But
got to have your dinner with you or something, isn't it?
There's something weird.
Yeah, you got to have a roast dinner.
Yeah, raw meat.
Your raw meat, yeah.
You got to be like a raw steak, and you can have a pint of Guinness. I do think it's a great channel, though. I must admit. And if I was doing the knowledge, I'd be watching that.
Yeah. And if you haven't looked at Ollie's channel, what's it called?
It's A London Cabbie.
A London Cabbie.
With the amount of buildings and things in London and the history, I mean, there's so many other things you can do, isn't there?
Yeah. So there's other things I could. I am going to branch out doing. I'm going to obviously keep it taxi related, but while I'm doing, say, a job, at the end of a job, discuss certain parts of it, bit of history, bit of interesting facts.
So you've got ideas, you're just not there. Not telling them yet.
Yeah, and just trying to work out a way of doing it. Like I said, when I'm not copying someone. Again, I say so out of my comfort zone to have a camera in my face.
Yeah.
How was you when the first time you watched yourself back and realised you were going to put it out there?
Oh, awkward. Yeah, awkward. I can't. Yeah, it's like going out the house without any trousers on. It's that sort of feeling.
Well used to that.
Yeah, waking up in the morning in the middle of Trafalgar Square with no trousers on. Many times.
No, exactly. It is. You are critical of yourself, aren't you? And you cringe.
And of course, every video as you go, they're all getting better. So I look at like the first one I done, there was no music, massive gaps between me speaking. I could have spoke more, could have sped certain parts of it up. But the first one took me like probably about 20 hours to edit, maybe more. So if it's like the knowledge, like you say, unless you've just thrown a run out there, you're never going to do it.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll just throw it out and see what happens. And yeah, just the more you go, the more
you got to learn. I did have a tip. My girlfriend was an editor for the BBC.
Yeah.
And she gave me some tips. And it is one of the tips with editing is you're always too long. You're always showing too much. Yeah. So when you cut it, and you even pointed out, and we've started to cut it even more, it's nearly always you haven't cut it enough. Yeah. You've left too much in. You left too much of the sentence, too much of a gap, too much of this. Cut it.
Yeah,
Get it to the... So it's a little punchy sometimes.
It's enjoyable then, isn't it? I mean, you can cut out the bits, can't you?
Yeah.
It's enjoyable. And it's enjoyable to watch that.
I'm trying not to make the videos too long as well. Because I know that if I go on YouTube and a video says 25 minutes, I don't even click on it. Because I know I'm not going to watch it. After 10 minutes, I'm on my phone. So I'm trying to make them shorter and shorter. So I'm currently editing a video. It was a really good shift on a Saturday. I turned over like 20, maybe 30 customers. Blinding shift. I'm not going to put it all in one video because it will be a 2-hour-long video. I might as well do it in 2 or 3 and people can stay 10, 15 minutes.
Why don't you do it in both formats? Why don't you release the long version and the short versions and see what the clicks are?
Highlights.
Yeah. Well, you release it. This is this version. It's 5 minutes, and it has a different title because it's a different story. It's a segment. Yeah. And then this one here is exactly the same content, but it's got 4 times as much content on it, and title it different. And it's like an extra video, but it's actually the long version of these 4. I did have people complain that they were too short, and then I had people complain that they were too long. And when you made them short versions, the people said, I just get into it. Yeah. So it does depend on your audience, doesn't it?
And of course, like with podcasts, I like them long, so I can put it on in the cab
and let it be in the background.
The dash for 3 hours. So that's why people like Joe Rogan, they get so many views. That is a brilliant podcast as well.
Joe Rogan or us?
Both. But your ones, it says 20 minutes long. I'm not even halfway through some jobs, and I'm trying to flick over YouTube to get the next one on.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's on, the podcast longer. But if you're watching it, anything over about 20 minutes, most people click off unless they're really hooked. So I don't think many viewers are interested. Yeah.
No, they're not interested in super long ones.
Look at like your average view duration on videos. I think mine's about 14 minutes now. So if I do a 15-minute video, people have watched 90% of my video. An hour long, they've only watched a little bit, and then YouTube will promote the ones that get the longer view duration.
Yeah.
You got to try and balance it up a bit.
So at the moment, you're making billions off of YouTube. That's why you can afford those extra small shirts.
Yeah, straight out of Primark. Yeah.
Is it taking up a lot of your time?
Yeah. So I've done a couple of times. I've managed to do like 3 videos in 1 week. I thought I've got the stuff there. I had a day or 2 out of the cab. I'll just smash them out. But like now, I've got a little one at home trying to do night feeds with her. Then I'm in the cab all day. Get home, I've got to help the missus with housework, and it's trying to balance everything. It's tough. It takes a long time to edit.
And have you, as you've gone along from the beginning, do you think the workload's got more because you're putting more into it, or has it got shorter because it's getting easier? You know more. Yeah,
it's both, because you're learning more tricks that you didn't do previously. So you know how to quickly cut this part of a video and what sped that up. But then you're adding other things. So my first video, I didn't have the map. Now I've got to try and copy the map on. And then I had the map that was really big, the whole length of the screen. A lot of viewers liked that, but I thought it's just taking up too much, so I made it smaller. Now I've got it as a circle. So every time I've edited that, I've got to make it smaller, put in a circle, then make sure they're all the same size circle the whole way through the video. So, bits get quicker, but then the more you're editing, the more you do. And then the voiceovers, I'll voice over the video maybe 3 or 4 times, the whole video, and then I'll cut the bits out where I'm mumbling and chop them like out of the 2 or 3 voiceovers to try and make it. So it gets quicker, but then longer at the same time.
Because you're adding more to it. You're putting more effort into it.
Some of our videos where the most effort's gone into it have got the least views.
Yeah,
and so there's a killer to that. I mean, I've done some serious animation. I'd done one with a guy shooting a bow and arrow. It was an animated stick man. I had to learn how to animate. I had to get the man to pull the bow back, fire arrows, and hit a target board. And I can't even remember what now, for the life of me, what the metaphor was about. Oh, it's like playing darts. The metaphor is playing darts. I think it's the metaphor I use when it's basically stand there and aim for 20 minutes and still miss the board, or just fire the dart and see where it goes and then learn from the change of the accuracy. So I'm making some kind of speech like that, and I decide that I'll animate that in a thing. And it adds very, very little, and the intensity of doing it. I'll just another quick thing. I did a 1 second animation that took me a day to do. So then you realise you got to weigh up the balance about this kind of thing, what the input is.
It gets to a point where if you're getting enough views where you're actually making money, you'll pay somebody else to do it.
Yes, who can do it quickly.
Yeah, do it quicker and better. But yeah, it's one of them at the moment is you're trying to make it better quality or as good quality as you can without taking up too much time, and you're balancing it as a full-time job. It's tough.
Really, this is for both of you. Really, you've having said that, do you think there's a limit or maybe a minimum even to how many things you should release?
How many things we should release?
Yeah, how many videos?
What, a week or a year or ever?
Whatever. Yeah, is it like a month, a week? Do you think say you didn't release anything for several months? Do you think that's a bad thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I've watched YouTubers that I've just gone after. They haven't uploaded in ages, and then they'll upload a year or two later, and it's unbelievable. Like, they'll get millions of views.
Yeah.
For some reason, everyone goes, "Oh my god, I haven't clicked." So they'll click. Then that thumbnail's now on a YouTube home screen continuously. Everyone in the world's saying click, 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 click. So yeah, there's a balance. I think if you upload every day, you're wiping out your previous videos being shown. So you've got to have a day or two, a minimum, between videos. But yeah, to try and keep it regularly as you can. I think once a week, a minimum is...
That's a minimum you would do. Once a week?
Yeah, so we're filming this on Wednesday. Tonight, I'm going to voice over tomorrow's video. I've already edited most of it. I've just got to voice over. Once I've done that, I should have it uploaded by Thursday. And then I'll work. I was trying to do Thursday, Sunday, but it's trying to do a bit more in the cab, and then to get home and help out. There's a balance. You can't have the baby crying, needs feeding, and I'm sitting there with the AirPods in, trying to voice over. And you actually, some of my videos, you can hear a little whine in the background. You can hear it.
So what is your motivation? Is it be a YouTube star and earn billions, or self-appreciation of like giving something back, or just a hobby, an interesting hobby?
Probably a bit of all three. No one had turned down billions. That's why we're all cab drivers.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cab trade. I love what it's done for me already, and the history behind it, and what it brings to London. And yeah, just show everyone what we do. I say you've got truck drivers out there that get 100,000 views every video, and they're not even driving a truck. They're just talking rubbish. And I think, well, why are people watching them? And cab drivers can do that. We've done a knowledge where the work we put in to get our badge was more than most people do for a degree. Yeah, there must be some value behind it. We're driving arguably the best city in the world, in arguably the most iconic vehicle in the world. Yeah, give it a go.
You say about truck drivers, I've seen some of them on there, and they really they drum it up. They really dramatise it by saying, and like, will I get through?
Yeah.
I've ever told you I've driven trucks, and I'll go, you'll get anything through. There's the size of that gap. I mean, that's ridiculous to say, will I get through?
Isn't there? There's a YouTube channel of people, maybe just one guy, but they are not even driving a truck. They're driving a truck simulator.
Oh, we get loads of that. Yeah.
Is it? I've not seen
that. So it's all TV screens, and they're just driving a truck simulator.
Yeah, and the American ones get mega views. The American truck simulator.
Yeah.
But you would have seen it. They've got the full rig, the steering wheel, the gears.
And they're in their bedroom.
Yeah. And they're getting millions of views every upload.
Airplane simulators. Yeah.
They lay in bed.
On the old simulator.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you, Ollie, but in terms of being a cab driver and doing the knowledge, as you've done, was it worth it?
Yeah, definitely. It was. It's tough because, like, say, you ask cab drivers in July when everyone's in London, it's worth it. You know, you can't stop to go to the toilet. People are climbing in your windows. And yet you ask them in January when it's cold, wet on like a Wednesday afternoon. Oh no, it's not worth it. But no, it's worth it. It's good. There's no job that I can think really like it where you just turn up and people give you money.
Yeah.
Anytime you want, you can go anywhere, any time of day, night. like we were saying before we started, I've never done an early shift. And the other night, I left home at 10 o'clock at night. I just go in a couple quid. And yeah, you can do. You just turn up, put your light on. As soon as I leave, I put my light
10
on.
10 o'clock at night, that's probably the meat.
It's strange because I live in Romford, so 10 o'clock at night, I put my light on. I'll go straight to Romford Market.
You work Romford Market?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Yeah, all the yellow badges, they love me there.
Yeah. Have they mentioned anything to you?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another
Romford
green badge.
Romford Station on a Saturday, there's
Busy.
never a cab there because they're on and off. You get there straight off. I've lost the amount of times I've gone into town, gone to Romford Station, they want Barking or Upney, was bang on the A13.
Yeah.
I'm flying. My hourly rate's gone through the roof already, and I'm not even in town. And yeah. So I'll do that. Yeah, I love it. Put your light on.
And you married?
No, I've got a girlfriend.
His girlfriend, and she got a baby?
Yeah, got a baby who's
boy?
Girl, 3 months old. The thing is, it's so much bothers you now everywhere, or can bother you now. And like you go on your social medias and stuff, there's always something there to wind you up.
Don't go on it.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Don't go on it.
Don't have Facebook. Don't have Instagram.
Don't have Twitter. All news.
News.
No news apps. I don't have any. I don't buy a newspaper. I don't. Nothing like that. I don't, because I think it's all geared about, as you say, winding you up, geeing you up.
Yeah.
That's what news is now. It's not about telling you what's actually happened, is it?
No, yeah.
News is like trying to G you up because they want to sell advertising.
Yeah, of course.
So they G you up and they make something which years ago wouldn't have been a big thing.
No one would have noticed.
They make a big thing of it, and they say to people, "Do you think this is right? Do you not think you've done?" And it's just get a grip. Yeah. Get a grip. I mean, there's far more important things, isn't there, than what they're on about. Yeah. So I don't bother with any news at all.
Yeah, no, I turned the news off halfway through the pandemic. Boris Johnson was on telly, and I just walked in, turned the telly off. I said, "That's the last time it's on the telly." I said, "I'm not watching him anymore."
So anyway, you're going to come back on. You're going to keep us up to date.
Yeah. We'll plan a date in the future. Yeah, a few months down the line, see where we are.
Well, we hope it's a massive success. I really do enjoy it, and you are one of the few that I watch. I do like trying to watch some of Tom's and keeping up with. My favourite was the Gentleman Cabbie. I wanted to get him on. I liked his videos, and I thought they were very good. And I don't
remember his. I remember a guy called Ronnie was doing it. He got his videos. He had to pull them, I believe, in the lockdown because him and Tom were doing them roughly at the same time.
Yeah,
but I don't remember Gentleman Cabbie.
What did he pull them for then?
His was the same POV style videos, and I believe he got the same sort of letter as Tom got.
But Tom seems to have got around it now.
Yeah, I think as long as faces are blurred, you're not showing anyone leaving addresses or going into addresses. So, like, you can drop off at a Hilton hotel, that's fine. But if you're dropping off at number 4 so-and-so
someone's
street,
home address,
it's a bit personal, that. Yeah. So, like, my videos, I might say I'm dropping at so-and-so road, but it's actually the road after. And I'll stop just short, just in case. Because I don't want someone looking, I'm sure that was my cab driver.
Why don't you carry a waiver form?
Have it legally wrote up?
No, it's not. It's not. The waiver form, you download it from the internet. You just give it to the person, say, look, I have actually filmed what we've just done. Do you want to sign a waiver that I can use it and show it? It'll just be on YouTube video. Then it becomes a television program. You have made an agreement with the person in the back to make a film. Yeah. And now you're not.
Yeah, maybe.
TFL going to accept that?
Well, there's a couple of, so I think
it's up to them, I think, after that's happened. You basically are filming an episode of EastEnders in a cab or whatever it might be.
I think you've got to tread carefully because you're then being paid as a taxi driver. So with my videos, you can't see a customer getting in or getting out of my cab. So you can't tell me whether I have or haven't fabricated the whole story. I mean, for all the viewer knows, I could have done a 12-hour shift empty and made every run up. Yeah. So if I say all of a sudden I've got a waiver, I've admitted that there's a paying passenger just paid for a taxi journey licensed by TFL to obviously to operate, they might get funny with that. But most of my videos are from the front of the windscreen. Like I say, my car's got a black bonnet. The viewer can't tell the difference. There's a couple that are inside the cab. Who's to say whether I was empty or not? The whole thing could be fabricated. Most things you see on the telly are made up, aren't they? So it's just
TFL, if you're listening, that's how Ollie does it.
Or doesn't.
Doesn't do it. Oh, it does or doesn't do it, yeah.
No, I don't know if they know really what it is or whatever. They're just looking through a book, looking through policy, looking through God knows what.
Maybe,
and they're more worried of their shadow. Like most things are more worried now, aren't they? They're worried about doing something wrong.
Shall we call it a day on that one?
Yeah,
It's been lovely having you, Ollie. Really is.
No,
I know.
thanks for having
Me and Dave, both big fans. Wish you the most success and hope you make YouTube billions. Become Ollie Beast.
And do come back.
Yeah, we'll do.
Do come back later on. Another 3 or 6 months or something like that. To see how it's going and more.
Yeah. And if you haven't watched Ollie's channel, check out Ollie's channel. A Cabbie.
A London Cabbie.
A London Cabbie. A complete and utter original title.
YouTube and where else?
I've got an Instagram, so it's A London Cabbie, all one word on Instagram. So I'll try and update that as I'm going as well. There might be like, if I do a little quick video, that might be uploaded on there rather than YouTube. But yeah, just on them two for now. I'm not into all the other social medias.
Yeah.
All the other rubbish that comes with
That's
it.
Really. No. Well, your wife does OnlyFans. I've seen her on that. Your girlfriend, sorry.
Yeah.
She's on OnlyFans. Along with Dave's Rachel. She's on OnlyFans.
I am her OnlyFans.
There might be a link in the description down below.
It's not OnlyFans, is it? It's OnlyFan. I am the OnlyFan. Stan. Brilliant. Thank you, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie.